Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for everyone to get in and get settled, now's a good time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a glass of water or a hot cup of tea or coffee. Also, if you have items at home and you'd like to smudge with me, it's a good time to grab those items. We can do it together as we begin to ignite the healing within you. Relatives, if you don't have smudge at home, that's perfectly okay. We're going to send you some cleansing, healing, and positive energy. It's a new day, everyone. Another sunrise. Another moon. It's our opportunity to start again. To start over, to reset. Aloha, kakahiaka. Hello and good morning, everyone. My name is Malia and I'm a community healer at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. We will always breathe, stretch, explore ways of integrating self-care and wellness into our daily lives. And we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, our ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. So thank you so much for joining us today, relatives. I'm so happy that you're here with us as we practice together what our founder and CEO, Leah Denny, has coined and developed as community-activated medicine. That means the people are the medicine, and right here, right now, you are participating in healing not only for others, but also yourself. Because what community-activated medicine means is that if the people are the medicine, we in our own hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits have the ability to do our own part of our healing. And we also get to contribute to the wellness and care of others. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness team member that is here with us. We have two of them. We have our board president and also one of our directors, Barbara Blackdeer McKenzie. Good morning, Barbara. Pleasure as always. Honored to start it with you. When you see the HIR Wellness Institute commenting, that is Barbara. And we also have our occupational therapist, Claudia Meyer-Smith. Claudia, blessed to have you with us every single day that you're here. I never take it for granted, and I'm always so happy to see your name pop up. I'd also like to say good morning to all of our relatives. Jason, I see you. How you doing? I hope you're doing all right. And to all of our relatives out there, I want you to know that you're welcome here. This is a place where we celebrate you. This is a place where we want to know how you're doing. Good, the bad, the ugly, warts and all. Let us know how you're doing, because that is part of our healing. When we recognize authentically where we're at, how we're feeling, that's an excellent way to begin or to continue on our journey of self-care, wellness, healing, and positive mental health. For our relatives who are new to this page, I want to let you know that this is a safe place for you to comment, to ask questions, to share your insight, your knowledge, and your wisdom. And if you haven't commented before and you want to comment on this videos, we love it, and we're happy that you do so. All you have to do is like and follow the page. And we do that to be safe from things like spam and other tech ickiness that we don't want up in our space. We want it safe for everyone. Good morning, Marissa. I see you there too. So happy to see you. And relatives, if I don't call it your name, it's just because for some reason, sometimes I see names and sometimes I don't. So I haven't figured out all the mysteries of Facebook, but I want you to know, regardless, we're happy that you're here. So let's do a check-in. For those of you, Jason says he's doing good. For those of you who haven't checked in yet, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? And you're encouraged to type and respond. We can talk about it. We can honor it. But if you don't want to type in the box, that's okay. Take this moment in time right now to scan your body. Scan your thoughts. Even take a moment of silence for the heart. Set your intention for the day. But first, before you do that, understand where you're at. Where are you at today, relatives? I'm doing good today. While you're responding, I'll respond. I got some sleep, which I haven't in quite some time, so I feel good today. I'm working virtually today. Life is good. Doesn't always feel that way. Today it feels great. And I am so thankful for that. But I want to take a moment to talk to our relatives, for you out there who aren't having a good day. Heck, maybe it's been not so good start to your week, or maybe it's been a month or 2020. If you're not doing okay, I will remind us every single time that we meet. It's okay not to be okay. But if you're not doing all right, do reach out to somebody that you trust. Someone that you can talk to. Maybe it's a friend or a family member. Maybe it's a coworker you can confide in. And you can also call our Cares Warm line. It's open every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can call or text. And you'll be connected to one of our Cares Warms counselors who will listen to you with respect. Judgment-free, stigma-free. You can talk about what's on your mind, what you're worried about, what you're sad about. Maybe you just don't even know how you feel and you want to be able to talk it out. Not only will our Cares counselors listen to you stigma-free, they can provide you with emotional support and also with resources that may be helpful for you. You are not alone, relatives. And I know sometimes it feels that way. This is a weird year. It's a hard year. There's a lot of unprecedented things happening, but we're going to get through it. So reach out to that Cares Warm line if you need someone. Seriously, I'm not just saying it. Really do reach out to the Cares Warm line. Barbara and I, Claudia and I, we know all of these people personally who are on the other end of that phone when you call or text. They're just as passionate as I am, just as passionate as you are about walking that path and journey of self-care and wellness. They're there for you to lean into them. So no shame, no worries. It's what we're here for. Good morning, Beverly. Wonderful to see you. Barbara says it's a great day. My A1C is 6.6 and my hubby loves me. Barbara, I have no idea what that means, but awesome for you because it sounds like it's great. So thank you for sharing. All right, relatives. Every time that we meet, there's some things that we always do, right? Now I'm sharing an essential oil of the week and the tea of the week. So I want to go into sharing the tea. This week we are highlighting mint tea, but I'm at home today and I don't have all mint tea. When I'm at the office at the institute, we have a gorgeous just pure mint tea, but today I have a chocolate mint tea at home. It's a rooibos tea. It's completely herbal, no caffeine. This one is by Fava. It smells incredible. Fava tea, there's one in Appleton, there's one in Milwaukee, and there's one in the Brookfield, Waukesha border. I make I'm not sponsored by Fava or anything relative, so I'm not like selling here. All I'm saying is that this tea is incredible. It is hands down one of the best teas I've ever had in my life. Not just this particular tea, but all of the Fava teas. They're gorgeous, and I'll show you what this mint, remember we're highlighting mint today, and I'll show you what a chocolate mint rooibos looks like. So you can see tiny little flecks of green in there. Maybe you can see that. That's the mint. But we also have pieces of apple. We have little flecks of cacao bean, right? The foundation of chocolate. And even though cacao is a stimulant, this is not caffeinated tea. So and then rooibos is what looks almost like tobacco. Do you see all that red? It's a needle-like bush that it's red bush. Rooibos is another name for it. It comes from South Africa. It's indigenous to South Africa, and it has so many antioxidants in it. Well, I got tea on my keyboard, but it's high in polyphenols, really, really strong antioxidant. So that mixed with the mint tea is excellent for digestion. It's wonderful to stimulate the mind without overstimulating with caffeine. Remember, it's caffeine free. So this is an excellent spin on mint. I'm going to put some of it. It smells amazing. Barbara says, I love chocolate mint tea. We got a good harvest from our garden this year. Barbara, you are truly amazing. Making teas, doing your art, painting, saving the world. I don't know what else you're doing, Barbara, but I'm sure whatever it is, it's pretty awesome. All right, so I'm just pinching some of this tea into my water. We're going to do it loose. So we're going to let it brew and steep. You can see it there. We're going to let it steep and brew for a while. Do you see my turmeric stuck to the edge of the pot there? Yeah, whatever. Doesn't bother me, and you might get a little bit of turmeric in there. Claudia said she had the peppermint tea yesterday at her, and it was really good. Yeah. Amber, I'll tell you, the fava teas, if you can get to them, they're amazing, and mint teas are one of my favorites. And you know what else is cool about mint tea is the price point. Some teas are really expensive, but mint tea not only tastes amazing, it's a good pick-me-up, but it really is, you get it's very reasonable, affordably priced. And some teas are more dense, and when you go to fava tea, they weigh by the pound. So like a pound of some tea might look like this. A pound of mint tea is like you get a huge bag and a half of it. So it's totally worth it. One of my favorites. And also, if you're looking for something that's good for children, and you're like, maybe they're doing juice all the time or sodas, and you want them to start integrating maybe some holistic wellness into their lives, mint tea is a great way to start. You put a spoonful of honey in there, stir that in for them, and that's a great way to start the kids on their tea journeys. All right, so there's our tea. While that's brewing, I want to show you this essential oil. So our oil of the week is a citrus orange. Again, I'm at home, not at the institute. I don't have orange oil at home, or maybe I do, I just don't feel like digging through it. I don't know, it's somewhere maybe. So I'm going to feature this tangerine oil. We are still in the citrus realm. Any citrus oil is amazing for cleanser, for cleaning. So it's good if you add it to some oils. If you do a couple of drops of this to oil on a rag, maybe it's coconut oil, maybe it's macadamia oil, maybe it's avocado oil, maybe whatever oil. Sweet almond oil. The list goes on. You can polish your furniture with this. It shines beautifully on wood. But also when we're talking about people, what can it do for us? Tangerine is excellent for the skin. You can find this in a lot of skincare products. Again, doTERRA, I'm not getting sponsored. I'm not making anything off of this. There are a couple of brands that I really do trust. doTERRA, I trust the most, but also I know there's some Young Living people out there. I know that's a great oil brand as well too. And I'm sure there's other essential oil brands that I'm not familiar with, so always feel free to share if there's some that you're aware of. It's good for the skin. It's all our citruses also are loaded with vitamin C, of course. As humans, we need vitamin C every day. It helps with our body functions, keeps our immunity strong. It's good for the system. So tangerine, whether you're eating it, not the oil itself, but the fruit itself, or whether you're adding this to like your skincare regimen, this is also good for flaky scalps. So you can dilute it maybe with some oil, and before you take a shower, you could do some drops of it, some oils, and you could really work it into the scalp if you have flaky scalp. Just let it sit there for a little while and then rinse it out in the shower. Barbara says, one cool thing I learned about the orange essential oil is that you can use it in brownies. Barbara, that's genius, and it's also good for you. The brownies are good self-care, and the essential oil is very, very good for you. I wish you could smell it. It smells like candy. I suppose too, Barbara, you could probably put a drop of this, making sure though that anytime you put essential oils in something that you eat, I want to put a disclaimer here. In order to be considered a pure essential oil, unfortunately, only 3% of the bottle needs to be the actual essential oil. So the rest can be completely made of fillers. That is why I use doTERRA, because every bottle, you can literally link the serial number of every bottle to a third-party chemical research that will literally lay out the constituents and all the components that are in this bottle. It is absolutely pure. There are no fillers whatsoever. And so anytime you're thinking about buying essential oils, this is one of the cases where, like, let's say you go to like TJ Maxx or Home Goods and you see an essential oil bottle and the price is like $3. I'm a total bargain hunter, but I will tell you, if there is a bottle like that out there that is a really low price point when you're dealing with essential oils, there is a reason. Because it would not be sustainable for the seller to sell a bottle of pure essential oils at a price like that. So this is one of those cases where when you can invest, you definitely want to spend on the quality of the product, okay? Because your safety is number one. And of course, when we're using any essential oil or any natural medicine for that matter, you always want to consult a physician or healthcare professional that you trust, because our natural medicines, we don't want to confuse them with not being potent. Sometimes our natural medicines are more potent, right? So always talk to someone that you trust in the healthcare field first. Oh, hey, Mom. Good morning, Mom. Yes, we're here, Mom. Claudia's here, Barbara's here, and all of our relatives. So I'm going to grab... I forgot my darn tea strainer, so I'm going to step away for like 10 seconds. My kitchen's right here. I'm going to grab a tea strainer, and then we can go ahead. I'm going to show you what this tea looks like now that it's brewed, and we can get into our deep breathing. We can talk about our moon phase and positive affirmations. So I'll be right back. 10 seconds. Alright, I'm back. Got my tea strainer. Remember, relatives, feel free to talk to us anytime. You can always comment. This is an open conversation. It can be led by us all. I'm just here talking until someone says something. I was unpacking my Halloween decorations, and I found this cute little guy my son made a couple years ago, so thought I'd share that because it's super cute. Alright, so we have our tea here. I got my teacup. Remember, we did a loose tea. Got my little tea strainer. This tea smells amazing. Chocolate mint. You know what else I found about chocolate mint tea or mint tea? If you're like me and you just want to eat all the time, I eat when I'm stressed, I eat when I'm bored, I eat when I'm lonely, I eat when I'm whatever. I'll find a reason to eat. Well, the cool thing about mint tea is it really does help to stave off the appetite. If you're craving sweets and you really are just trying to be disciplined about it and not maybe eat so much sugar, or you're trying not to eat the second piece of chocolate in a day, or in my case, like the second candy bar in a day, go for the mint tea, a chocolate mint tea, and it can really help stave off that sweet tooth. So let me go ahead and got this here, got my strainer. Go ahead and pour this. It smells so good. I have enough for another cold cup later. And you can see the color of the tea. There's a little bit of the rooibos that kind of came through the strainer, but I'm really not worried about that. I'm not picky that way. The leaves, like the mint and all that, will go to the bottom. And let's go ahead and try it. It's a really warm, golden, minty flavor. It kind of even has almost a hint of tobacco from the red. The red bush kind of has a similar sort of aroma to it. Slight mint, definitely some chocolate in there. And again, if I was really craving sweet, I would put in a tablespoon of honey. Teas are really good too if you're trying to fast. So if there's any people out there who are just trying to kind of just extend that like if you just want to wait a little bit longer between meals, a good cup of tea, do not underestimate. It can help you. Amber says, I am you. Haha, yep, same. Can you please tell me again the brand name of the tea? I'm in the Twin Cities and I would like to try and find it. Yeah, Amber. So you're an eater, hey? I'm a self-proclaimed foodie and I will find a reason to eat at any time. So this helps. This is Fava tea. They do deliver. You can order online. I imagine they would deliver to the Twin Cities. And it's tea, the item number 1031. Their website's awesome. So relatives, if you're far, I do believe they ship. And this is a great tea. But we feature a different tea every week. And although this is a good tea, I like their mint tea personally better, just because it helps with the appetite. But I will say they have hundreds, if not thousands of teas, and there are some really incredible ones. I can't wait until the winter season comes so I can share my all-time favorite with you guys. Before we go into the moon phase and our positive affirmations, let's go ahead and get into our deep breathing and stretching. Now, what I want to say about deep breathing is you may often hear in life, oh, take a breather, oh, meditate, take some deep breaths. And I've always heard that too, right? That's kind of, we commonly hear that in life when it comes to wellness and self-care. But what's really cool that I've discovered is since COVID in March, remember Friday the 13th, that was when everything just sort of changed. And yeah, thanks for saying, Barbara. We're not a sponsor or an affiliate for Fava tea, by the way. I just love it. So any of the things I share with you guys, I'm not getting like a handout or there's no handout, there's no nothing. I just truly trust and appreciate the brands. So if I'm going to tell you about anything wellness and you're interested in going for it, of course, it's what feels right for you and your body. But yeah, There's no sponsorship. There's nothing. I just know what I like, and I want to share what I think is the best with you, because I really am a tea snob. I really am an essential oil. Like, I use it all the time in my daily life, so I know what works for me. So, anyways, deep breathing. So, prior to COVID, I never really deep breathed. Well, at the HIR Wellness Institute, we are taught many ways to practice self-care and wellness and coping mechanism, things to get us through tough times. And so when we started these live videos, they were in response to staying at home. And we wanted to be able to connect to all of our relatives, because our institute, just like everything else, just kind of shut its doors for some time. And so when we started these videos, I started deep breathing with you, and many of you have been here from the very beginning of these videos. Before deep breathing, I quite literally was and still can struggle with insomnia. And since I've done this deep breathing, I truly, honestly sleep through the night. As opposed to waking up every hour and like laying in bed, just like staring at my phone or the ceiling, I actually get tired, and I actually will most of the time sleep through the entire night. I strongly believe this is because of deep breathing, and also because of our focus of wellness that we do together every morning really puts me in a place that gets me through the day and helps me handle my day with gratitude, with the tools and just the mindset, the deliberate mindset to get me forward on my path and journey of self-care and wellness. And I hope it does it for you too, relatives. The other thing that always happened for me before I started deep breathing, which has changed significantly, is, Amber, I hope you don't have this in common with me as well, but you might. I call it the rabbit hole, where your mind, we as Western people, even though many of us are Indigenous people, we often are walking in both worlds, right? The Western way and our Indigenous way. And the Western world really sets us up to have a very active mind, okay? So we're oftentimes juggling lots of different things at one time. You're probably caretaking for someone. Maybe it's a spouse, your children, your grandchildren, your parents. Some of us have jobs, some of us have healthcare concerns, some of us are juggling our jobs and our health, our families, trying to fit in ourselves in some way, and we have a lot going on. So what that creates is an overactive mind in a society where we're being rewarded for being excessively overworked and overthought. And so I call this the rabbit hole. The mind is trying to juggle this. It's overreactive. The mind is loud. The mind is in control, right? And what that does when we deep breathe is it helps to still the mind. It helps to bring us back to our center. It helps to ground us. Physiologically, it slows our heart rate. It slows those racing thoughts. And now, before deep breathing regularly, I actually realize now that I was living in the rabbit hole all day, every day, all the time. And one of those ways that you can recognize if you're living that way, at least I found for me, is if you feel like you're never fully in the present. You just feel like you're one big thought or one big worry. You're just like a big head walking around. You may not even notice what your body's feeling. And when you're in that situation of constant, like, just worry, the rabbit hole, what it does is it quells the spirit. The heart doesn't have an opportunity to shine. The spirit doesn't have moments of stillness in which it can expand. And it's healing for us to have that quiet, for our spirit to just be there, and for our bodies and minds and hearts to be in the presence of an expanding spirit. Our own spirit that's always there, just waiting for us to be still and to let it grow in light. So deep breathing does that too. Now, instead of this all the time, my body recognizes when it's starting to happen, and I can pull back with the deep breathing. So let's go ahead and do this together. I have my feet on the floor. I'm going to put my hands gently in my lap. You can really sit, lay, or recline however you want. Eyes closed is optional. I'm going to put my hands in my lap, but whatever feels right for you. I'm going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. Exhale through the mouth for a count of 6. When we breathe in through the nose, our belly's going to expand. Belly breathing, right? When that belly expands and you're breathing in, I want you to breathe in healing energy, cleansing energy. The Creator is giving it right to us. We're here to receive it. If you have racing thoughts or things that are weighing heavy in your mind, bring that healing energy to those thoughts. Let it cover and encompass the body. If you're feeling pain or discomfort somewhere, maybe in your back or shoulders, maybe your tummy or your head, bring that healing energy. When we exhale for the count of 6, we're going to release all that's not serving us. Maybe it's those heavy thoughts. Maybe it's pain in our shoulders or our lower back. Yeah, Amber, sorry to say, yep, you know that rabbit hole too. That's what this deep breathing is about. We can start getting rid of that. We can let it go. That doesn't serve us, so we can start to release it. You ready, relatives? Here we go. Deep inhale through the nose. Healing energy and release what's not serving us. Deep inhale. And exhale. Scan the body, scan those thoughts. Bring in that healing energy. And release. Let's continue to breathe as we stretch now. Gonna roll those shoulders. I start with the shoulders because we hold a lot of tension here. Do you ever have tight shoulders? Do you have tight shoulders? A lot of people do. Walk around with our shoulders up to our ears because we've had the tension build and build and build and build, and now we get stuck like this. So let's release it. Deep inhale, arms out. Stretching. Yawn if it comes. Bring the arm across. Stretching the shoulder, upper back, rolling out the wrist. Inhale. And exhale. While we're stretching, take some time to think about your day. Set your intentions. We're only on Tuesday. We still have 5 days left of the week. What are you doing for the week? Arms straight in front, pushing down on the fingertips, stretching the forearm and wrist. If you don't like this, roll out the wrist or do any stretch that you want. These are just guidelines, not rules. Listen to your body. Trust it. Palms out and up towards the ceiling, gently bending from side to center. You might hear some or feel some cracks. If you hear them, it's okay. If you feel it, it's okay, as long as it feels all right. If you're feeling pain, not okay. Move on to a different stretch. Pushing down on the opposite elbow, stretching the tricep. Oh, that feels good. Let's finish with the next stretch, looking side to center. You know what else I love about these videos? You can come as you are. I'm still wearing my jammy shirt. I wore my jammy shirt yesterday. Come as you are. If your hair is not brushed, doesn't matter. Looking down and up. How does that feel, relatives? I hope it felt good. You see my spookies back there? My little ghosts? Barbara, I know your favorite is Halloween season. I refer to it as spooky season. I love this time of year. All right, relatives, we have a few more things before we go, and these are my favorite things. I want to share with you some of my ancestral teachings known as Kealo Okamahina, or the Hawaiian, the pathway to the moon, which is part of my native Hawaiian ancestral teachings. There's a different moon in every day. And I wanted to say for our relatives out there, no matter what color of the rainbow you are, no matter what tribe, what chiefdom, what clan, what geographic location, whatever color of your skin, I know for certain that your ancestral teachings have teachings about the moon. And at any point, in any of the things that we talk about, you are more than welcome. We honor. If you want to share anything about your culture or your teachings, you are welcome here. Because we never know who of our relatives who maybe share our same tribe or our same lineage, they may not know these teachings. And culture is good medicine for people. And as we practice community activated medicine, when we share in our wisdom and knowledge, if it feels right in our heart to do so, we can really help contribute to healing our relatives around us. So I'm going to share the moon that we're in today according to my teachings. And we are in a new phase of the moon today. We just left a 4-day period called the Ku moons. And Ku is one of our 4 major Hawaiian gods of resilience, of striving for excellence, of discipline, and working hard to do things for us, for ourselves, for our goals, for our families, to sacrifice for the better good. So the last couple days and over the weekend, I was encouraging, in the Ku moons, you want to do things for your wellness and self-care if you're ready for it, that are like those things you don't want to do, but you know that are good for you. Like a trip to the doctor that you've been putting off because you didn't want to face it. Or scheduling a dental appointment because nobody wants to go to the dentist, right? But we just left that phase today. We're in a different moon phase now. We're in the Ole Ku moon phases. And what that means is we're in the absence of Ku. So whereas this last weekend and yesterday, it was all about discipline for the better good, for self-care, for wellness, for family. Thankfully, we're in this moon phase of rest, of contemplation, of restoration. It is not a good day for fishing. It is not a good day for planting. And for those of us who aren't gardeners or fishermen, what that means is it's a good day. I wish Leah, our founder and CEO, was here on this video right now because I think she needs to hear this a lot too. It is time to rest. How productive can we be if we have not rested, right? You can keep, it's like just your wheels are turning, but you're not going anywhere. We're in the phase of the moon right now where we truly, as Hawaiians, is my belief, are meant to rest and take it easy. So awesome moments of self-care for me, because what that can mean for you too is if you care to integrate this into your lifestyle, you want to try. That means take that nap. It means to say no. If someone asks you to do something and you're just like, I don't want to do it, don't do it. It means that our self-care might look like a massage. It might just look like deep breathing. It could look like a walk outside, or it could look like just stepping outside and looking around you for a few minutes. The beauty of our self-care and wellness journey is that you are the one on the journey. I'm the one on my journey. Barbara's the one on her journey, and so on. And the beauty of that is that you are the master of your journey. You choose. You are in control, and nobody else is. And that's not to say that we don't have our obstacles. We don't have our setbacks. But no one else gets to decide except you. And on this journey, we encounter friend, we encounter foe, we encounter cohorts, lovers, we encounter family members. But during that journey, it is always our choice to decide what and how our self-care and wellness path will look like. Some days we will crawl. Some days we might run, and other days we might slide back down that path, that hill. But it is never linear and increasing. It ebbs and flows like the moon, like the ocean waves. So, relatives, I say this not to preach. I'm trying not to preach. Trust me, I'm reminding myself just as much. But that's what we're here for today, is to reflect with each other. Aloha, Auntie Pat. Happy autumn to you as well. Happy fall, everyone. Barbara says, I love the chance to celebrate autumn and have a big party, usually before the snow sets in. Awesome, Barbara. One day, I'm inviting myself to your house when you have that next big party, when the time is right. I'm going to show up at your house, Barbara. Okay, relatives. So again, the moon, the next few days, we're in the Ole Ku moon phase, the absence of Ku. This is time to set your intention, to pray, to reflect, to decide when the moon serves us next, to energize us to take action, where we're going to go. Because the dormancy of the seed, the moment of time, if our thoughts and our wellness and self-care is a seed, right now we're dormant. And at any time when the conditions are right, we can nourish that seed. But right now, we're just going to decide where we're at. Decide when the nourishment comes, what it is we're going to do with it. It's a great time to rest, to reflect, and to set our intentions. All right, let's go to our positive affirmations before we go. Patricia says, feeling energized today, making a new commitment to health. That is beautiful to hear, Auntie Pat. Happy to hear that. Fall has this way of energizing, doesn't it? Today I looked up positive affirmations, and I encourage you to, relatives, if you want a quick pick-me-up, Google something that you're struggling with. Like, sometimes I Google positive affirmations for exhaustion. Sometimes I Google positive affirmations for staying the path. Sometimes I Google positive affirmations for whatever. You know, if I have something I'm dealing with, this is what I Google. And so I Googled positive affirmations for reflections, I think it was. And I found this blog site, Kate North Rupp, R-U-P, katenorthrupp.com. And she listed 11 affirmations to help do less and have more. And she asked she made some really good statements here, some affirmations, and I'll share with you. There's a bunch, but I'll just pick a couple. I love this one, and I want you to hear this when I say this, relatives, and I'm going to hear this too. Rest is productive. Rest is productive. What are you going to do to bring in some rest today? Maybe you have a stressful day of work. Maybe you have a lot going on. But what are you going to do in those moments? What can you do? Can you take in those moments, in those minutes that you have throughout the day, to rest? And here's the second affirmation. It is safe for me to take a break. It is safe for me to take a break. And when you take those breaks, relatives, particularly if you're having a hectic day, Maybe you only have 2-minute break. Maybe it's 5-minute break. Hopefully you have at least an hour, but we know what Western life is like, right? And that doesn't always allow us the time. But when you do take that break, and if you find your head's in that rabbit hole, or your shoulders are up to your ears, or your breathing is short, take some deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Allow yourself to reflect. Allow yourself to reset. Allow yourself to breathe out the things that aren't serving you for the day. I'm going to read one more before we go. Being is just as valuable as doing, and sometimes even more so. Being is just as productive as doing, and sometimes even more so. Sandra says, I must be one of the most productive people in the world, laid up with health problems and little else going on. Sorry to hear that, Mom. So make sure that you're drinking your teas. You got some in your care packages. All of them are excellent anti-inflammatories. You probably need that. Make sure you're drinking water. If you have citrus at home, make sure you're getting that in your water. And also, it's really important that you eat something nutrient rich. Take moments to rest. Mom, if you need to breathe through the day, if you need to rest, do it. And don't feel bad about it. No shame. I want to say to all our relatives, mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us today as we reflect and honored our strengths and resilience. I want to remind you that you're all amazing people. And we can remind you that every time we meet for these videos, Malama pono iko kino. Take righteous good care of your body. Aloha nui. Much love to you and you and you and all of our relatives out there. Much love to you all. Before we go, there is a community survey that is linked to this video. It's completely anonymous. It asks just a few questions. If you haven't taken the survey, please do so. It really, truly is important for the HIR Wellness Institute to understand how best to serve you, our relatives, and that is what we are passionate about. We are here to serve you. We are here to walk alongside you on your path and journey of healthcare and wellness. Ahui ho aku no. I'll see you later tomorrow at 8 a.m. I hope. Have a great day, everyone. Rest, restore, reflect, and aloha.